Hey guys, I'm back with another video here to talk about the newly released Transformers Rise of the Beast. Now, at first I was reluctant to see this, but considering how the last Transformers did so well, Bumblebee, and I love Haley Steinfeld, I decided to give this one a watch. And this was better than I expected it to be. And let me say that growing up, I wasn't really into the Transformers stuff. I never played the video games. I never watched any of the cartoon stuff, which maybe I should probably go and do that. But from my recollection, none of the Michael Bay stuff. While Michael Bay is great at act action and portraying, explosions and all that type of stuff. I think his the problem with his Transformers films is that it lacked great storytelling and co cohesive cohesive just a cohesive storytelling and really interesting human characters, because in my opinion the a lot of the Autobots and Decepticon stuff got shafted. It felt like they were background characters in Michael Bay's films to the humans, which was completely unfair in my opinion. And if you're gonna have humans in the Transformers movies, which is completely fine, at least make them interesting. Just at least make them characters that we actually care about. But this is a war taking place between the Maximals and the Autobots and the Decepticons after the Decepticons practically destroy. I mean, after the Maximals escaped their home world from being devoured, they escaped to Earth, where they had where they and a lot of the other Autobots hide out, and the Decepticons are looking for a trans key a trans key that opens through space and time, I believe, and It's located on Earth. It's broken into two separate pieces, and it's a war between that. And it's not only do they have to save their world, they also have to save Earth as well. And that's when we run into the two main human characters of the film, which is Noah Diaz and Elena. I can't remember her last name, but she plays on Swarm. She's really hot right now, and the human characters ever since Bumblebee, I feel like ever since Michael Bay has kind of moved on from the Transformers stuff. I feel like we're actually getting really decent, interesting human characters. Some people might not like these characters, but I prefer, just from my personal preference, I think they're a lot more interesting than what we got in the Michael Bay films. No offense to Michael Bay, but I mean that's just my personal opinion. Noah Diaz is a former army vet who's trying to take care of his family. His little brother is injured, and he's trying to look for a way to not only pay for the bills, help his mom pay for the bills, but also help his little brother with his medical problems. That's when he hijacks when him and a friend of his hijack a car, which turns out to be one of the Autobots, and that's how he gets wrapped up into this whole thing. And Elena, her character, I can't remember the actress's name. I think her name's Dominique, I believe. I don't want to spoil too much, but she's a I believe an archaeologist, and one of the one of the pieces of one of the artifacts that she has turns out to be a Autobot, and that's how she gets wrapped into this whole situation. And not only are the action scenes, since it's Transformers, the action scenes are always going to be dope. The action scenes are really dope. The humor, I actually thought the humor was pretty great, and I actually laughed a lot more than I thought I would. And I think this one is more emotionally driven as opposed to the other ones. It also has the soundtrack. This takes place in the '90s, so the soundtrack slaps. There were a lot of bangers. Excuse me. There were a lot of bangers throughout this film. I really love the visual effects. The voice cast is spectacular. The I I'm blanking at the moment, but those are mostly the key things that I really enjoyed about this film. And I if they do another and the chemistry between the Autobots and the humans is really great as well. So going forward, if they do more Transformers films, I do want it to follow a certain aesthetic like this and like Bumblebee, where the Autobots and or the Maximals or whoever they continue to use aren't background character aren't background characters in their own story like the Michael Bay films. While those are a lot of those films are, nostalgic for a lot of people. The problem is that they kind of didn't really matter in their own films. And in this film and the previous film, I feel like they, I mean, they had a huge chunk of time. I mean, the pacing in this film is done really well. I felt like there wasn't really a time I was bored or the film slowed down or anything like that. So these are my ups and downs for this film. I give this film 3 stars. I can't wait to see where Transformers leads us next into the future, and I can't wait to get this film on physical media. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.